Conor McGregor.
Fuck you. Before he says anything, fuck you.
I just wanted to apologize to absolutely nobody. Dustin Poirier pieced the guy up literally.
And
he pieced him up.
even if that was a 5-minute fight, and people might be complaining that getting
It's an illegitimate win, or
yeah.
it's Dr. Sausage.
It was
As Conor said. It's a Dr. Sausage.
I mean, the guy is weak, man. I mean, who breaks their bone that way? Like,
I mean,
getting a leg kick checked, and again a knee on his leg, an elbow.
I mean, John Kavanagh, Conor McGregor's long-time coach, said that there was an issue with the ankle pre-fight in the camp. They had an X-ray done, but nothing came out.
Yeah.
And he said, we saw that in the replay as well, that Dustin Poirier was checking his kicks. He was lifting his knee up for the kick, and he was getting his elbow down for the body kick.
Yeah.
So John Kavanagh said that his elbow hit his ankle,
Yeah.
and that caused a fracture. Then he went for a punch. At the same time, Dustin was coming in for a punch. They both missed. His leg pivoted.
Yeah.
And then when it came back, it crumbled on its own.
On its own, yeah. And that's weak, man. Come on. you call yourself face of the fight game.
Irish.
Sorry.
I mean, but the thing is, you don't want to see an injury like that in any
sport.
fight.
In any sport, not just MMA, in any sport.
You feel bad for that moment, and then he's showing gun signs to Dustin Poirier after the fight is over.
Yeah.
Then you're like, the other leg should have been injured as well. I mean, this sport is about respect. Let's be honest. It's a fight. You're saying you're going out on a stretcher.
Exactly. And also, kudos to Julie Poirier. Because
flipped the bird on him.
Yeah. And she was pretty outrageous on Conor McGregor by her. McGregor was down and hurt, and she just went there and said, fuck off.
I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, Conor McGregor is disrespectful.
Conor McGregor is a disrespectful cunt. Let's be very, very, very honest. He was not at a point. When he was knocking down Eddie Alvarez, Jose Aldo, he was double champ. He was the face of the fight game. Let's be very honest.
Everybody has their peak, and I think now Conor has missed his peak, and it's time to retire.
I mean, if this is not enough reason to retire, I don't know what is. You have all the money in the world. मतलब दुनिया जहान का पैसा है. You don't have a reason to fight. You have multiple businesses open. You won't go bankrupt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he pays his taxes.
Yeah.
He has kids to look after. Family to look after. I mean,
a beautiful family to go home to.
Quoting Dustin Poirier. I mean,
what a guy.
What a guy.
He's a diamond.
In the words of him, he said, "Karma is not a bitch. She's a mirror."
Yeah.
I beat the guy. Dustin Poirier is one of the best examples of a martial artist fighter that we know in our times, for sure.
And he is peaking his career right
for
now.
Sure.
He's peaking his career. Next shot he got at gold versus
Charles de Bronx.
I mean, that guy is also crazy, and Dustin is top of his game,
for
and
sure.
That's a fight to look after, man. I just believe that they fight before 21 ends, because Dustin didn't have, like, it was a 5-minute fight for Dustin, to be honest, and he was dominating. What were the scores again for?
So he got 10-8, 10-8 from 2 judges, and 10-9 from 1 judge. So 10-8 is basically, for those who are unaware, 10-8 means an ass whooping.
Yeah.
In one round. 10-8 is very rare. You either get 10-9
from 2 judges.
10-8 is an ass whooping that you completely dominated the round, which he did. I mean, he had 2 minutes above ground control time.
2 minutes and 36 seconds.
Yeah, he had ground control.
I mean, that's more than half.
Beating the fuck out of him like Khabib Nurmagomedov himself.
I did. It clearly reminded me of Khabib. I mean, the way he was avoiding McGregor's full guard and he was getting up and giving him an ass whooping. I mean, gosh, McGregor, you gotta fight Jake Paul.
Yeah,
that's the only thing left.
And Jake Paul was present in the arena.
Yeah.
He had like a
sleeping McGregor.
He had a sleeping McGregor necklace worth $100,000. He tweeted to Dustin Poirier that I think I should send you this necklace, that you've deserved this. Dustin Poirier retweeted him. He said, "Send it over." so Jake Paul said, "For sure. Do you want me to remove the ankle or you'll do it yourself?"
Oh man, that is savage. I mean,
we are no fans of Jake Paul, but
again,
better Jake Paul than Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, exactly.
I mean,
now Conor, what he should do is get to an exhibition match, because the fourth fight is definitely not happening on my watch at least, and I guess on Dana White's watch as well.
No.
Fourth fight.
I mean, his son lost yesterday.
Dana White should now stop milking Conor McGregor.
There was this meme, Dana White saying, "The trilogy is not over until Conor wins." Dana White should realize that Dustin Poirier can be a great cash cow if he wants him to be.
Yeah, if he promotes him right, if he markets him right.
Because he's the GSP kind of character.
Yeah.
Who doesn't disrespect, who can hold his own, much better than GSP did. I mean, GSP was like, first of all, English was his second language.
Yeah.
So GSP had a hard time, trash talking and stuff.
Yeah.
And people called him boring several times in his career.
Yeah.
Dustin Poirier can be a great cash cow for
the way he said,
especially after beating Conor twice.
The way he said, McGregor fast, now McGregor sleeps. I mean, McGregor, for those non-MMA fans, McGregor Fast is an app by Conor McGregor. It's a training fitness app, so you can download it on your mobile phone, and Conor McGregor will teach you how to punch and probably not get your ankle broken. That's one thing for sure. And
it's really actually Dustin Poirier gave a reason in the press conference that because Conor came in with such a boxing intensive, I mean that's a clear excuse कि Conor कह रहा था कि he was 75% boxing camp during their second fight, and he was just focused on boxing. He wanted to fight with Manny Pacquiao, and he gave him a freebie, so he came in with mixed martial arts intentions this time. I mean, Dustin Poirier was like,
fuck it.
Dustin Poirier was like, he was kicking me without any cover.
Yeah.
He was not punching me and then throwing a kick.
Yeah.
He was standing in front of me, hands down, and kicking me. Of course, I'll check it.
Yeah. And that's pretty predictable out of Conor McGregor.
That makes so much sense.
I mean, if you look at the start of the fight when Herb Dean, just said, and Conor came with a kick instantaneously.
He does that a lot.
And Poirier just got back and
Poirier expected that. I mean,
threw some punches out of it.
He's done that to Khabib.
Yeah.
The first thing he does is take center, and Conor is very good at it.
Yeah.
But the thing Poirier was saying that I could check the leg kick because he wasn't covering it up with a jab or a punch.
Yeah.
That's how Dustin did it to him.
Not a follow-up.
Yeah, he gives him a distraction.
Yeah.
The punch is not the intention. The kick is the intention.
Exactly.
But that comes in later, so you don't check it.
Exactly. But again, Conor, that was an ass whooping for you, and we
do not come back. I mean, I would listen. Conor McGregor has done for UFC more than Dana White and Joe Rogan
has ever did. I mean, for non-MMA fans, you must have heard about Conor McGregor at least once, and you might be thinking that he might be one of the greatest, because people who don't watch football generally know Messi, Ronaldo. People who don't watch cricket, they know Ricky Ponting, they know Sachin Tendulkar, they know MS Dhoni. So he's just like the same name, but not up to his game now.
Yeah, he was once.
He was
invincible once until Nate Diaz came in.
And he
and he said, "I'm not surprised, motherfuckers." But even when he lost to Nate Diaz, Conor had an aura.
Yeah.
And he came back, he beat him.
Yeah. But I feel the second fight, it was a split decision.
Conor gasses out.
Nate
Diaz whooped his ass in the last few rounds. He was circling, he was getting away from Nate because he was out of breath.
Yeah.
So, but still he had the aura, and then he beat Eddie Alvarez, became double champ.
I really want to see Conor and Nate
do that. And Nate whoops his ass. I mean,
if you want to come back, I guess Nate Diaz trilogy.
No, I don't think so. I think before
would settle it up.
I think if Conor wants to come back, if anyone is listening and would be interested in MMA in the future, what Conor should do is take a fight with like Tony Ferguson. And because he's on the decline, but that will be a payday for Tony, which he deserves. He was interim lightweight champ once. He's a great, but he's on the decline, and that will give Conor a good step up fight.
Did Tony lost last of his two fights?
He's lost
three.
He's lost 8 rounds consecutively in his last 3 fights.
Yeah.
He lost 5 rounds to Gaethje, 3 to Oliveira,
yeah,
and now he lost 3 to Beneil Dariush. So that's, I don't know how many rounds, 11 rounds on a row in a row. I mean that's pretty much a good sign of
if Tony loses again. I mean his career is also over. I mean
the beating he has taken over the years is now coming back to haunt him.
Yeah.
He got in wars.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm trying to say is Conor can take that fight because Tony has a fan following.
Yeah.
It'll be a good payday for both of them.
Yeah.
And he can use that fight as a step up. I mean, Conor, we are criticizing him because he's a disrespectful cunt.
Yeah.
But and he doesn't have a good record in the last few years. But look at who he's fought. Khabib Nurmagomedov. That guy beats everyone. Then he won against Donald Cerrone, and then he's lost to Dustin Poirier.
2 times.
Dustin Poirier is probably the number 1 lightweight in the world after Khabib.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's losing to bums. So he needs a step-up fight. Not a bum, but a Tony Ferguson or a Rafael dos Anjos. They have a beef.
Yeah, they have a beef.
So,
or maybe Nate Diaz. I don't know why.
Nate Diaz is. I mean, look at what Nate did with Leon Edwards. Yeah. I mean, he took an ass whooping.
Yeah.
For the majority of the round, but the guy just doesn't get hurt. He's a zombie that keeps coming after you.
I was watching this YouTube video of Nate Diaz, right, with his last fight. I was just going over the highlights, and somebody said in the comment section, "You hit Nate Diaz with a baseball bat, and he still stands up."
I mean, it was like watching Rocky Balboa fighting. I mean, he gets hit. The thing is, he gets impressed.
Yeah,
right? You hit him. He's like, "Congratulations, that's a good punch. I got knocked down. Here I am again." And then he hits him with a good shot, and Leon Edwards is rocked. Leon Edwards is a big welterweight.
He's a big guy.
He's a 180 pounder for sure. So I mean, if Conor goes against Nate Diaz, I don't see Conor hurting Nate Diaz.
But I want to see the fight because deep down inside I'm quite a fanboy for Nate Diaz because of his style and the way he takes up
things. He's a needle mover. That's who he is. I mean, to lose a fight and still win. That's he
Nate
did.
Diaz, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But coming back to Conor McGregor, recover well, fuck off.
Yes, seriously, fuck off. And if you want to fight again, do an exhibition match with Jake Paul. That might earn you money.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
And you might lose there because Jake Paul is heavier than you.
I mean, not that, but again, there won't be any decision. I mean, it's an exhibition match. They won't be having judges, no TKOs, no KOs. So I guess Conor, you can better step into that ring or better try.
He should not even do that.
I mean, Conor should go to WWE.
This is the perfect way for Conor to retire. Just get the excuse of the ankle break. And it's very unfortunate that it broke. And then
you're on a top note. I mean,
leave on the top, but again, not the top, but leave as an elite fighter.
You know, there is this problem with fighters that exists a lot, and that's, I guess, their ego. Like a guy like Conor has a big ego. I mean, an ego bigger than him. So what Conor will do is definitely try to come back
for sure,
and he'll heat up the social media again. He'll bring back the old Conor. He'll bring back the old Conor. Trash talking on.
This is the new Conor. I mean, old Conor wasn't like this. Old Conor was much better than Jolie's wife.
Yeah.
I mean, he went from fuck the Mayweathers to Jolie's wife.
Real down. That's a real step down.
I mean, when Floyd and him had a conference, this was so savage. He said he came in a suit. Floyd was in a t-shirt. He's like, the man is 40 years old. Dress your age. Why are you carrying a school bag? You can't even read. That is trash talk.
That is so bad. I mean, yeah, the old Conor had that passion, that aggressiveness. I'd say that, you know, he used to win all the mental warfare against whoever stood in front of him.
But ever since Khabib,
he got humbled.
And then he just lost the
spark. I mean, he took a retirement for the 3rd time.
There's a difference between trash talking and pure insulting or crossing the line.
Yeah, he did cross the line with Khabib. I mean, going towards his father, his family,
his religion.
Yeah.
He tweeted your wife is a towel. You can't do that.
That's too personal. Never ever in sport, I guess, that has been done before. I mean,
especially a sport like mixed martial arts, which is the number one thing is respect
and discipline.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the fighters in one championship. I mean, they kill each other in the ring for 5 rounds. They'll kill each other, and when the bell rings, they'll bow down to knees.
Look at the guy who was in the co-main, Wonderboy Thompson.
Exactly. I mean, that guy.
That guy is the epitome of respect and friendly, and Thompson. Shake hands after. It's a fight. It's a sport. He's a dead man. He's going out as a corpse.
Yeah.
Jolie's wife.
Yeah.
Fuck off, man.
Gun signs. I mean,
don't represent this sport. Go
like that.
You know who has a big ego? Floyd Mayweather. But who is smarter than Conor McGregor? Floyd Mayweather. He picks his fight. I mean, he fought with Logan Paul.
For money's sake.
So for money, but he knows what he's getting himself into. And he won't make a joke out of him.
Yeah.
He won't break his ankle. If you want to fight with a guy like Dustin Poirier, who's with American top team, gets his ass whooped every day, trains with killers, is a killer himself. You can't have McGregor fast gym, McGregor fast t-shirts, McGregor fast coaches. I mean, he said he trained in California in his new gym, his new facility. Yeah. He said our sparring partners that we have called up, they've all gotten houses in California while they stay here. How will they beat his ass up in the gym if we have given them a house to live in?
I mean, that's a big favor, and
if I wouldn't beat the shit out of Conor McGregor if he has given me the house I'm living in currently.
Don't even try. Surrender, sir.
I break his teeth, the teeth he's newly got. Yeah. That can't happen. So there's a level of training that you need to do for an MMA fight.
Yeah, and I guess Dustin clearly wins that, and it's a sport. I mean, including personal remarks, including remarks about your wife, your family.
Mixed martial arts any sport isn't a place for that. But except WWE, I guess. But that is not a sport then, is it?